patriarchs in and of themselves. They were the ones that actually were the ones that were able to have this same anointing and this same power on them. It makes sense for the children of those patriarchs to demonstrate the same power. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So that's what we're going to see. We're going to see the power of the Most High Yah on our fathers. And we can make a clear distinction to say, oh, no wonder that power is on us. Okay? So that's what we're dealing with and talking about. First, let me show you the video. Nobody did it right then and there, so obviously don't nobody know it. So we'll try it again next week. Oh, you got Norman order. Don't Norman order? That ain't gonna work.
I know the last two. Joseph and Benjamin is the last two.
Alright. I'm gonna show you guys a video.
I know all the names, but they just the 12 tribes.
Alright, y'all listen? Alright, here we go.
Now I have heard the groaning of the Israelites whom the Egyptians hold in slavery, and I have remembered my promise. Say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord. And I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out from under their bondage. And I will redeem you with a stretched out arm, and ye shall know that I am the Lord.
Throughout history, truths have been replaced with lies, the original people have been replaced with imposters, and certain histories have been erased or kept hidden. Now, someone once said, a lie cannot live forever. Obviously, this person was right, because right now a sleeping giant is awakening, and this giant is called the truth. For years, blacks around the world have asked the question, who are we, and where do we come from? We as blacks, we speak English, speak French, Spanish, Portuguese, and even Arabic. We are told that we come from Africa, but our heritage does not stop there. That's what everyone wants us to believe. Our true heritage lies deeper than Africa. It lies with the descendants of the ancient Hebrew Israelites, otherwise known as the children of Israel or the original Jews. All our questions can be answered if we understand our heritage. Questions such as, who are we? Are we Africans or Hebrews? Why do we still exhibit traces of ancient Hebrew traditions and culture, even to this day? Why were we scattered into all nations as slaves? Where is our place called home? And why have we not returned back to our homeland? Why does the media lie about ancient black history? And are Negroes descendants of the ancient Hebrew Israelites? Also, why does everyone hate us? Why are we dying of diseases and health issues more than any other race in the world? And why is there an agenda to destroy us? Why does it seem that the music industry is only destroying blacks compared to other races? Why are we a divided people with no trust or love for one another? And why are we the victims on the media of immoral and sexual destruction? Why are we the victims of mental destruction? And why is there an agenda to destroy the black male image in America? Even more, why haven't we got any reparations, but everyone else has? Why are we the poorest in every country? And how come we don't have an economy within an economy? Why did our descendants have to go through slavery in the first place? And why is it that nobody talks about the many European Jews and Arabs that have enslaved blacks for over a millennium? Why are we always the object of comedy, mockery, buffoonery, and coonery? Lastly, if we are descendants of the children of Israel, then why have we had our identity stolen? And why is the Ark of the Covenant in Ethiopia and not Israel? And even more, why are blacks not wanted in Israel? So, it's time for people to know who are the real Israelites. Are you finally ready to know the truth? Are you tired of being fed lies? If so, Hebrews to Negroes is going to blow your mind. The time is now for black people to wake up.
Psalms 83:3. Come on, John.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. See, all the nations of the world, they've taken crafty counsel against us, the ones that are truly his people. Come on.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones. Come on.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So they wanted to cut us off from being a nation, and they wanted to take the name of Israel and make it be no more in remembrance to come out, and no more in remembrance. That's what they wanted. They wanted to cut us off from being a nation so that the name of Israel can be no more in remembrance. And that's very key for us to understand. They want to cut our name off, cut us from being the nation, and I don't ever want you to remember that you were ever called Israel. So we as Israel, we have been cut off, and we are pretty much at the end of the line, the end of the story. Okay? And these are some of the slides that I used on last week to sort of bring us up full circle so that we can get and understand where we're headed. Come on, what it say?
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent. Come on.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee. So know that these nations are all one against you. They all are one against you, and they want to stop us from being a people. But how did they get that way? Why are these nations so threatened by the children of Israel? And what you're going to see today is we're going to go over the story of what happened and start really seeing what took place and transpired. You're going to see why all of these nations are confederate against us. Because they understand that if Yahweh is on our side, he's more than the world is against you.
Amen.
Are y'all hearing that?
Yes.
Keys for Israelites. We went over this last week. Our job is to repent and to return back to Yahweh. We need to have some unity, and we need to have some organization about ourselves. We need to organize. That was according to that video that we watched on last week. All right? Everybody say exploits.
Exploits.
All right, we'll get into the exploits and what that all means. Come on, Daniel 11, verse 32. What it say?
And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. And the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits.
And do exploits. The ones that know their Yahweh is going to be strong, and you're going to do exploits. All right? What does exploit mean? Exploits mean, again, they are bold and daring feats. Exploits have to do with, deals with acts and especially noble or heroic things that require courage, things that require boldness, things that require, they're not things that you can easily do. Are y'all hearing that?
Yes, sir.
These are things that it requires some courage, some faith in the Most High, some belief in the Father, some really stepping out on faith, okay? We're not talking about getting in the car and driving it down the street. No, yeah, that requires some faith. It requires some skill, some other things. But we're talking about things that are bigger than that. We're not talking about just having a community and putting houses on it. No, we're talking about something bigger than that. See, when you talk about creating a new world for yourself, well, how are we going to do that? Are y'all hearing that? Well, where's our land? How are we going to go get land? And is somebody going to give us a contract on land? You're going to find out that these Hebrews, they didn't do those kind of things. They took exactly what it is that the Father had given them. He told us to go and possess the land.
Yes, he did.
But what about people that was there already? Is that right? For us to go and possess it? He said he would drive them out of the land so that we can go in and possess it. But somebody has to be willing to possess it. Are y'all hearing that? So, and it requires what? Some boldness. That requires some daringness. That requires more than just, doing whatever you want. It requires some courage in order to do it. Okay, that's what exploits are. Remember we talked about Jacob and the 12 sons. All right? Say those names.
Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan,
Naphtali, Gad, Asher,
Issachar,
Zebulun,
Joseph, and
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
All right? These are the 12 tribes of Israel. And we're going to learn about them, what they did. Because what's ever in them is going to be in their children.
Right.
Whatever is in the father is in the child. That's why we always ask, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Yep, you act just like your daddy. That's what Jesus was saying, these scribes and Pharisees. He was telling these scribes and these Pharisees, who are your daddy? They said, our daddy is Abraham. He said, well, if Abraham was your daddy, then you would be able to hear my words.
Yeah.
If because Abraham obviously can't be your daddy, because your daddy is you of your father, the devil. Because the works that he do is the same thing that you want to do. He was a murderer from the beginning.
Yeah.
And we still got people that want to murder and kill today. They're maybe not doing it like they did it back then, but they can't murder with their mouths. They can't sow discord among the brethren.
Yes.
Y'all hearing that? So these are the same way Satan works. It's the same way you are operating in. He said, you are your father the devil. That's why you can't hear Yeshua. They couldn't hear his words. Genesis 34 and 1 and 5. Let's make sure we go over the beginning of the story so we can know how we got to where we're going with the exploits of the Hebrews. Okay? Come on, John. Genesis 34, 1 through 5. Come on, read.
And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
I took the daughter of Jacob, this other prince from this other country, and he defiled this daughter, defiled her, took her, laid with her, and defiled her. Okay? So now we know what happened after that. They came up with a plan, the two sons, who were what? Simeon and who else? No, it was Simeon and nope. Levi. Simeon and Levi. They was the two boys that came up with the plan to tell the other group, listen, we give you our sister or I give you our daughter, but we want y'all to be circumcised first. Remember? And they got the whole people to buy into being circumcised so we can be one people. We'll give your daughters to, we'll give you our daughters, you'll give us your daughters, and we can all be one people like that. But it was really, they were really talking deceitfully to them, and they went in and ended up killing all the men in Shechem, in that place. Y'all remember? And they brought all the cattle, the women, all that home to Jacob's like, here we are, all right? And then all of the people now, that's where we left off last week, all of the people from that land started hearing about some of their history with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and what the Father did for them up to that point. And they decided not to fight against the Hebrews, all right? So now we're going to go and read the rest of the story, because there are going to be some kings that's going to come up, and they're going to fight against these Hebrews, all right? We said this is where the drama started. This is where the drama started when this prince came and defiled their daughter. So we didn't start the fight, but guess what we are going to do? We are going to finish it.
Hallelujah.
Are y'all hearing that?
Yes.
We don't start it, but we will finish it. Hallelujah. So we're going to go and we're going to spend the rest of our time in the book of Jasher. In the book of Jasher. And this Jasher book was referenced in the book of Joshua and in the book of 2 Samuel. Okay? So we believe that it's an inspired book, and it was a book that was removed. It was taken out. And we're so glad that the Father has restored it to us in this time. Jasher chapter 35. Come on, read.
And the sons of Jacob kept their station the day till evening opposite Mount of Shinar. And seeing that kings did not come to fight against them, the sons of Jacob returned home.
So this is where we left off last week, all right? We left off, didn't nobody fight them, so guess what they did? They went on home, okay? Seemed like everything is clear, seemed like everything is cool, all right? So let's start over in chapter 37, verse 1 through 11. Let's see what's happening now, what's being stirred up. Come on.
And then the 100 5th year of the life of Jacob. That is the 9th year of Jacob's dwelling.
So how old was he?
15.
100 and what?
105.
Let's do it again. Read it again, John.
And in the 105th year of his life of Jacob.
So how old was it?
150.
How old was it?
115.
That says 150?
Yeah.
Okay, read it again, John. See, 'cause I gotta make sure y'all comprehend it. I gotta make sure y'all are comprehending.
105.
See? So guess what? A rumor will start and say in the life of Jacob, he was 150 years old.
No, 105.
All right? Read it again, John. Make sure.
And in the 105th year of life of Jacob.
See, that's why we go slow. You see?
Right.
Because that little one thing, y'all will start a rumor right there, and it'll be all jacked up. They'll be like, what Pastor Tatum over there teaching that? Talking about he was 150 years old fighting like that. Okay? So he was 105, okay? In the life of Jacob. Come on.
That is the 9th year of Jacob's dwelling with his children in the land of Canaan.
How long was he with the children of Canaan dwelling in his land?
9.
9 years. Okay? So these are good details to know. Okay? He was 105, and this was the 9th year of him dwelling in the land of Canaan. Okay? Come on.
And in those days, Jacob journeyed with his children from Hebron. And they went and returned to the city of Shechem.
Remember, Shechem is the place that they killed all those men. Okay? So ain't nobody there now, so they got the whole city. Okay? All right, come on.
They and all belonging to them, they dwelt there. But the children of Jacob obtained good and fat pasture land for the cattle in the city of Shechem.
So you see, the father allowed them to take over one city. You see that? Come on.
The city of Shechem, having them men rebuilt, and there were in it about 300 men and women.
Now we see, this is nine years later, they rebuilt the city. Okay? Come on.
And Jacob and his children and all belonging to him dwelt in the part of the field which Jacob had bought from Hamor, the father of Shechem. And when he came from Padan Aram, before Simeon and Levi had smitten the city.
So they give you the backdrop of what's going on and trying to bring you up. Okay? Come on.
And all those kings of the Canaanites and Amorites that surround the city of Shechem heard that the sons of Jacob had again come to Shechem and dwelt there.
So now he's like, oh, these guys come back to the city where they done smitten all these folks. They coming back to the same city? Okay? Come on.
And they said, shall the sons of Jacob, the Hebrew again, come to the city and dwell therein? After that they smitten its inhabitants and driven them out.
They said they got a whole lot of nerve coming back to the same city where they didn't smitten everybody. They coming right back and they about to try to inhabit it again? Come on.
Shall they now return and also drive out those who are dwelling in the city, or slay them?
There's now new people out in the city now. You know, people are moving. They rebuilt it a little bit. And other people are in it now. Okay? Come on.
And all the kings of Canaan again assembled. And they came together to make war with Jacob and his sons.
Now, remember they came to make war with him before,
Right.
but when they heard their testimony, they decided not to do it. Now they're assembling and coming together again. They said, forget it, we gonna have to fight these folks. We gonna have to do something about these sons of Jacob. Okay? Come on.
And Jashub, king of Tanakh, sent also to his neighboring kings, to Elan king, and Agash, and to Iri, king of Shiloh, and to Parathon, king of Chazar, and to Sushi, king of Sarton, and to Laban, king of Beth Corin, and to Saber, king of Othenimah, saying,
All right, good job, son. Come on.
come up to me and assist me.
Come up to me and assist me. So he's calling his other family members to come on up. These are the sons of Ham. Telling them to come on up and assist them. Come on.
And let us smite Jacob the Hebrew.
Let's smite Jacob, the who?
The Hebrew.
Ain't that something? Come on.
And his sons, and all belonging to him, but they are again come to Shechem to possess it, and slay its inhabitants as before.
Okay, so y'all following the story, right? Okay, come on.
And all these kings assembled together. It came of all their camp, people exceedingly plentiful, like the sand upon the seashore. And they were all opposite to Tanakh.
So all these kings and all the people that's going to fight against them were like the what?
Same.
Upon the. So how many people is that? That's a whole lot of people came against this one little family. All right, but they call him Jacob the Hebrew. Okay, come on.
And Jacob, king of Tanakh, went forth to them with all his army, and he encamped with them opposite to Tanakh, without the city. And all these kings were divided into 7 divisions, being 7 camps against the son of Jacob.
So how many people are against Jacob's family? 7. Okay, 7 different camps. Now let me ask you a question. When they went into the land after they were slaves in Egypt, how many countries were against them? Deuteronomy chapter 7. Somebody get Deuteronomy chapter 7. See, is this adding up? See, is this adding up here? How many camps was against the children of Israel, or nations that were against Israel after they came out from being slaves?
Deuteronomy chapter 7.
Verse 1.
The Lord thy God shall bring thee unto the land, whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Jebusites, the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, the Jebusites, 7 nations.
How many nations? 7. Woo! Wait, y'all see this? But these 7 nations was way back just with the family.
Right.
Just with the sons. This is before they came out of Egypt being slavery. So history does what? Repeat itself, don't it? Has a way of repeating itself. All right? So I want y'all to see that. Very important. All right, come on.
And they sent a declaration to Jacob and his son, saying, Come, you all, forth to us, that we may have an interview together, in the plain, and revenge the cause of the men of Shechem.
That's so English-like, ain't it? Come forth so we can have an interview. Doesn't sound American in English. Interview together in the plains and revenge the cause of the men of Shechem. Come on.
Whom you slew in their city. And you will now again return to the city of Shechem, and dwell in there, and slay its inhabitants as before.
Okay, so y'all following it, right? They want to come out, want them to meet so we can get some revenge. We can get some fighting going on. Come on. This is verse 24. Come on.
And the sons of Jacob called unto the Lord and said, Help us, O Lord. Help us and answer us, for we trust in thee.
Now see what happens when we get in trouble over something that's coming against us. Our response should always be to what? Call on the name of Yahweh. You see? When we're in trouble, our initial response was always, it's time to pray. What did the prayer go like? Say it again.
Help us, O Lord.
Help us, oh Yah. Come on.
Help us and answer us, for we trust in thee. And let us not die by the hands of these uncircumcised men, who this day have come against us.
Now, y'all hearing that language? This is, who's praying this?
The sons of Jacob.
Jacob. The sons of Jacob called unto Yah. So they're praying and say, come on, let's pray about this situation. And they're praying about what's going on. And they said, let us not die by the hands of these uncircumcised men whom this day have come against us. Does that language sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
Because remember, I said whatever is in the fathers is going to be in the sons. Who does that sound like talking like that? Let's find out. 1 Samuel 17 and 25. Come on.
And David spake to the men that stood by him, saying, What shall be done to the man that killeth this Philistine, and taketh away the reproach from Israel? For who is the uncircumcised Philistine, that he should defy the armies of the living God?
Uh-oh. Y'all see that?
Yes.
So here's David in his time with the same attitude that Jacob's son had. Who is this that go to fight the armies of the living Elohim? So it shows you that this Elohim for Israel was always a living one, a real one. Wasn't no fiction, wasn't nothing, a pie in the sky. It was something real, true to them. Because here is David saying the same thing. Who is this uncircumcised Philistine? Who is he? He's a giant. Who cares how big he is? If he divides the armies of the living hell is going to give us power, might, and strength to overcome him.
Hallelujah.
And that's what we have to understand as Hebrews coming back and returning back to Yahweh, that Yahweh is real.
Yes, he is.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. He's real.
Yes, he is.
He's not fiction. The way it's been taught to us is that he's somewhere way out in space somewhere. No, he said, I'm a living Elohim, and I'm coming to live in you.
Yes.
I'm coming to dwell in you.
Yes.
Ain't that what he said?
Yes.
Now, remember they was asking the Messiah, why you got to go? He said, if I don't go, I can't go to the Father. He can't send you the Comforter. Where's this Comforter going to be? In you.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Remember when he was crucified? And he said, into thy hands I commend my spirit.
Yes.
And he hung his head.
Yeah.
The Bible says that the veil in the temple was rent from top to bottom, which means he no longer dwelled in temples made by men's hands. Then Paul picked it up and got the revelation and said, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yah, that ye present your body
Yes.
as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Yah, which is your reasonable service.
Come on, come on, come on.
And he said, your body is now the temple
Yes, sir.
of the Holy Spirit.
Hallelujah.
See, they going around trying to look for the Ark of the Covenant to prove something. But all they got to do is look right here. Here's the Ark of the Covenant right here. Because he's living in me.
That's it. Hallelujah.
Are y'all hearing that? Here are the arks of the covenant right here. I see them. I'm looking at them. Because now your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. He's living in you. Remember Moses? Moses? People was crying. It was the army of the Egyptians was behind them. The Red Sea was in front of them. Everybody's crying. Moses, what we going to do? Even Moses started crying. What we going to do, Father? Father said, why are you crying to me? What is that in your hand? A rod. Well, why are you crying to me? Why don't you stretch it out? What did Moses do? Stretched out the rod, and the Father sent the wind from one side to the other to literally part the Red Sea.
Amen.
This really happened.
Hallelujah.
This happened. This took place. The sea started opening up so that the children of Israel can walk on dry ground. We're talking about the exploits of the Hebrews. They had a living Elohim. He was real to them. Now the same thing, the same being that was talking to Moses in the burning bush is now living on the inside of us. Some of y'all don't even believe it though. But he's living on the inside of you. He's walking, living, breathing, moving inside of you. And he's waiting on you, waiting on him. He's waiting on you. He's in you. See, that's what Paul said. Be not conformed to what? This world. But be what? Transformed by what? The renewing of your mind. So you can prove that good, perfect, and acceptable will of Yah.
Yes, sir.
Y'all hearing this?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Jasher chapter 37. Come on, what it say?
And the sons of Jacob girt on their weapons of war. And they took in their hands each man his shield and his javelin. And they approached to battle.
What is the shield? Paul gave us what the shield means. What's the shield? The shield of faith. Now they were taking a literal shield, but our forefathers, again, shield. And then they took what? A javelin. What's the sword? The sword of the Spirit, which is really what? The word of Yah. So all the way back then, they had faith and they had the word. Y'all hearing that? Glory to the King. And they approached the battle. What happened?
And Judah, the son of Jacob, ran first before his brothers.
Y'all need to be shouting right there.
Hallelujah.
Who always gonna go first?
Judah.
Somebody ought to shout, Judah ran first.
Judah ran first.
Look, I want y'all to see y'all ancient ancestors.
Yes.
Judah said
Kind of people.
he saw Jacob girding up himself with his shield on with his javelin, and Judah Come here, John. Come here, Jeremiah. Come here. Here's Jacob putting on his stuff. Come on, pretend like you're putting on your stuff real quick. He's putting on his stuff. He's putting on his javelin. He'll get your javelin in one hand, take your shield in the other hand. And when he saw that, Judah did this. He went first. He sprung ahead of his own daddy. Said, Daddy, I got this. What did he run first and do? Come on, what did it say? Read.
Before his brethren, and then 10 of his servants with him, and he went towards these kings.
Are y'all seeing this? Judah, the son of Jacob, ran first. So who's the head tribe? Judah always goes first. Let's prove it to you. Genesis 49, 8 and 10. Read.
Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Judah is the one that the brothers are going to praise. Come on.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemy.
Now his hand was literally in the neck of his enemies. But what that means now in modern terms or modern day, we're not, the Bible says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
That's right.
They're not, but they're mighty through Yah to the pulling down strong. So we're not fighting in a physical fight no more. This is how we create our new world. We put our hand in the neck of the enemy, which means we come out of their system and we begin to create our own.
That's good.
And guess what? When we create our own, we have our hand in the neck of our enemy. Because no longer will our money be going to their system, but it'll be going in our own. And because of that, we have our own stuff that we're doing. Our hand will be in the neck of the enemy who's trying to get us to always purchase and buy from them.
Right.
Y'all hearing that?
Yes, sir.
So he said his hand shall be in the neck of his enemy. Come on.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Come on.
Judah is a lion's whelp.
Yes.
When the prey, my son shall.
Judah is a lion's whelp. That's a small lion. This is back in Genesis. He said Judah is a lion's whelp. Come on.
When the prey, my son thou go up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion. As an old lion, who shall rouse him up.
See, the old lion got to rouse. Who gonna rouse him up? He crouches as a lion and as an old lion. Who shall wake him? Who gonna wake up this lion that's in the corner crouching? Y'all hearing this? Come on.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah, or a lawgiver from between his feet. And so shall I come, and up to him shall the gathering of the people be.
So the scepter, which means kingship, rulership, shall not depart from Judah, neither the lawgiver. So in other words, there is a priestly side and there is a kingly side to Judah. Judah is the king, and Judah also is the priest. Y'all hear that?
Yes, sir.
The scepter will never depart from Judah, nor the lawgiver from. So Judah has to be the one that explains the law, that teaches the law, that gives out the law, that executes that law. Y'all hearing that?
Yes, sir.
Come on, let's Numbers 2 and 9.
And there were numbered in the camp of Judah 100,000 and 600 and 400 throughout their armies. These shall first set forth.
So in other words, again, these are the ones that are going to go first. Who? In the camp of Judah. Judah is going to be first. We're going to be the first in the land of Israel to declare the kingdom of Yah is here. Ain't that something? And there's people that did it 50 years ago. They're all from the tribe of Judah. And a lot of them was from Chicago. Y'all hearing this?
Yes.
See, if Judah don't go first, can't nobody else. Nobody's going to know when to do anything. Because Judah has to lead first. So we're going to be the first doing everything. And our brother's going to praise us at the end of the day. Say, man, we waiting on Judah. We can't do that until Judah do something. Y'all hearing this? Look at this. Come on. Numbers 10 and 14.
In the first place, with the standard of the camp of children of Judah, according to their army.
Read again.
First place.
In the first place. Who is in the first place?
Judah.
With the standard. With the standard of the camp of the children of Judah. The standard comes from who?
From Judah.
Why? Because the scepter, which is the kingship, and the priest part, all shall not leave this in the camp of Judah now. That's why over there in Hebrews, the Bible talks about Jesus. We know that Yeshua Mashiach, guess what? He did not come from the tribe of Levi. Levi was the tribe that had the law. And it says, evidently, he didn't even talk about Judah have anything to do with priests. But we know Yeshua Mashiach is what? The priest that liveth forever. He reigns and he rules. And he is our priest. Are y'all hearing that?
Yes, sir.
And guess what else he is? He's our king. He's the priest, prophet, and the king.
Hallelujah.
All in one. And he's all from the tribe of who? Judah. Hallelujah. Judges 20:18, what it say?
And the children of Israel arose and went up to the house of God.
Come on.
And asked the council of Yah, and said, which of us shall go up first to the battle against the children of Benjamin? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up first.
Who going up first?
Judah.
Ain't that something? Judah is going up first to battle. Any kind of battle, Judah going up first. Come on, Zechariah 12:7. What it say?
The Lord shall save the tents of Judah first.
He gonna save who first?
Judah.
He gonna save the tents of Judah
All right.
first. Come on.
That's what we need.
That the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
Woo! So he gotta save Judah first. He gotta save their tents first. Gotta save their house first.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Somebody always say, save us, y'all.
Save us, y'all. Thank you for saving us.
All right, let's go back to Jasher. Let's keep on with our story. All right, come on, verse 27.
And Jason, the king of Tanakh, also came forth first with his army before Judah.
So here we got the two first people. They bring their people coming first, and Judah's charging right towards them, going first. Okay, Judah, come on,
And Judah saw Jason and his army coming towards him,
come on.
and Judah's wrath was kindled.
Ain't that how we are? Being Judah, isn't our wrath kindled when we see stuff going on?
Right.
We all of a sudden get mad and angry. Easy to get angry, ain't it? Let somebody do something to a Judah. Boy, all of a sudden your temper, boy. Guess what? What's in the Father is in the children. So now I hope this can help you to see why you like you are.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Judah's wrath was kindled. Come on.
His anger burned within him. And he approached to the battle in which Judah ventured his life.
He ventured his life, okay? Come on.
And Jashub and all his armies were advancing toward Judah. And he was riding upon a very strong and powerful horse.
Come on.
And Jason was a very violent man, covered with iron and brass from head to foot.
Now look what's going on. He's coming up against somebody who's covered in what?
Iron. Brass.
From what?
The head to foot.
Top of his head.
Head to toe. But guess what?
So how can you
Guess,
find
did
it?
it say anything that Judah had that on?
No.
But who his opponent was? His opponent was covered with iron,
Iron.
and his opponent was covered with brass.
Brass.
Yeah.
From head to toe. Watch this.
And whilst he was upon the
Whilst.
horse,
Come on.
whilst he was upon the horse, and he shot arrows with both hands from before and behind.
So this king, he was going against Judah. He started shooting arrows with both of his hands. He was ambidextrous. He was shooting arrows with him on a horse. This is your enemy, and he's shooting arrows at you. Ain't that how the devil is? Shooting.
Yeah.
It seems like sometimes when the devil gets started, he's shooting like he's shooting
Just
arrows
get
with both
everybody
hands,
out.
don't it?
Yeah.
It seemed like that, don't it? So this is what was going on with Judah. He was shooting arrows at him with both hands, just shooting at him. Come on.
As was his manner in all his battles.
Uh-huh.
And he never missed from the place to which he aimed his arrows.
So this guy was an expert. When he shot the arrow, it don't miss. Okay? Come on.
When Jason came to fight with Judah, and was darting many arrows against Judah, the Lord bound the hand of Jason, and all arrows that he shot rebounded upon his own men.
I thought y'all ought to shout. Y'all ought to be shouting. Y'all ought to be shouting. So that lets you know
Ooh, what kind of
the arrows. Listen to me. Y'all ought to let you know that whatever arrows that are being thrown at you by word or by deed, that the Father's going to bound the hands of your enemy and cause everything that they're shooting at you to rebound on them.
Hallelujah.
Ooh, hey. That's a good place to shout, ain't it?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
Return it back to the sender.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Come on, what it say?
And notwithstanding this, Jacob kept advancing toward Judah to challenge him with arrows, but the distance between them was about 30 cubits. And when Judah saw Jacob darting forth his arrows against him, he ran to him with his wrath excited might.
Ain't that something? That he's shooting arrows at him, and Judah is still coming towards him. Don't want one of the matrix moves up. Well, no. Father had bound his arms, so everything is rebounding and hitting other people anyway. So he just going through it, okay? What did it say?
And Judah took up a large stone from the ground.
Because Judah was very strong.
Right.
He was very, very strong,
He
all
had to be a
right?
big guy.
So it says Judah took up a large stone from the ground. Come on.
His weight was about 60 shekels.
That's pretty heavy. Come on.
And Judah ran toward Jacob, and with the stone struck him on the shield, and Jacob was stunned with the blow, and fell off from his horse to the ground.
How did it make you feel that your father picked up a big old stone, broke the shield, and the enemy was literally stunned by it, that it ended up making him fall off his horse to the ground? So the Father's going to bring your enemy down to the ground. Hallelujah. Come on, what did it say?
And the shield burst asunder of the hand of Jacob, and through the force of the blow, sprang to the distance of 15 cubits, and the shield fell from the second count.
This is exciting, ain't it? Come on.
And the king of Jacob saw at the distance the strength of Judah, the son of Jacob, and what he had done to Jacob. And they were terribly afraid of Judah.
So this is one person taking care of business.
Right.
And they're looking at him like, man, he was that far away and still threw a large stone and did all of that. They was afraid, okay? Come on.
And they assembled near Jacob's camp, seeing his confusion, and Judah drew his sword and smote 42 men of the camp of Jacob.
Woo! 42 of them he slew. See, these are the exploits of the Hebrews.
Right.
This is talking about what Judah did.
Right.
Because Judah came out first. Judah wasn't playing, was it?
No.
Come on, what did it say?
And the whole of Jacob's camp fell before Judah, and no man stood against him. And they left Jacob and fled from him. And Jacob was still prostrate upon the ground.
Now look at this. They said these armies came as the sand of the sea.
Right.
This is one man, and the book said Jacob's camp did what? Fled before Judah.
Yeah.
They took off and started boogieing the other way. Ain't that something else? All right, come on.
And Jacob, seeing that all the men of this camp had fled from him, hastened and rose up with terror against Judah, and stood upon his legs opposite Judah.
Come on.
And Jacob had a single combat with Judah,
Oh, so now they going one-on-one. Now they getting down and dirty. Now they about to have a single combat. Come on, what happened?
placing shield toward shield, and Jacob's men all fled, for they were greatly afraid of Judah.
So his backup said, see you later, alligator, after wild crocodile. We out of here. Come on. What it say?
And Jacob took his spear in his hand and strike Judah upon his head. But Judah had quickly placed his shield to his head, and against Jacob's spear, so that the shield of Judah received the blow from Jacob's spear. And the shield was split in two.
So it lets you know that Satan will, your enemy can strike a blow to you. But because he had a shield up, it did what to the shield? It split the shield in two. Now it looks like you ain't got nothing at all protecting you or guarding you. Sometimes your enemy can put a blow to you, and it looks like you about to go down because you have nothing else to fight back with or protect you with. But watch what happens. Come on.
And Judah hastily picked up Jacob's spear, and when she severed his head and cast it to his feet.
Woo! Wait! Are y'all hearing that? Read it again.
And Judah hastily picked up his Jacob's spear.
Remember, his shield broken too.
Right, the spear.
He'd already hit him with the spear. Judah hastily picked up his spear now. Come on.
And he cut his
With which he severed his head and cast it to his feet.
And cast it to his feet. Judah was something else, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He didn't play.
See, we don't hear these stories, but we will hear the stories about, I have a dream.
Yeah.
One day, we're going to be on the mountain, and we're going to be free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. Right.
We're not free at all.
Y'all hear that?
Right.
Don't do anything. Just let them, we want peace. We want to march peacefully.
Right.
No resistance.
Right.
If you cannot be, without fighting you,
Right.
it's not for you. It's not the march for you.
Right.
Okay? But did it look like they was marching like that?
No.
All right. Come on.
And when the sons of Jacob saw what Judah had done to Jacob,
So now all the other sons saw what. So in other words, all that was going on. They were sitting back looking
Right.
because Judah was a lion.
Right.
He came out. I'm going first, baby. Let's get it on. And now all the other brothers are looking at what Judah does. That's why Judah has to go first.
Right.
That's why it says, Judah, your brother's going to praise you, Judah.
Right.
Because once they see what you do,
Right.
then they can come on and follow and do the
Right.
same thing.
That give us
That's good,
strength,
Pastor.
confidence, and strength.
I'm putting a whole lot of little seeds out there. Y'all,
Yes.
y'all hear what I'm saying? All right, come on.
they all ran into the ranks of the other kings.
They all ran and said, oh, Judah did. Okay, if Judah did it, come on, we can all run now into the ranks. Because remember, how many camps was it? 7.
Seven.
And how many sons are there? 12.
12.
Okay? So now all the sons are getting down now. They said, let's go for it. They all ran in the ranks of the other kings.
And the sons of Jacob fought with the army of Jeshurun, the armies of all kings that they were there.
Okay, come on.
And the sons of Jacob caused 15,000 of their men to fall.
Woo! 12 boys. Caused how many?
15,000.
15,000 of their men to fall. Come on.
And they smote them as smiting at gourds. And the rest fled for their lives.
So they're smiting these things like
Right.
gorges in the ground. They just, it ain't nothing. They just taking care of business. Come on.
And the rest fled for their lives. And Judah was still standing by the body of Jeshurun, and stripped Jeshurun of his coat of mail.
So he took all the stuff off of him.
Yes.
So give me all that. Now, was he stealing?
No.
You see, that would be our mind in captivity.
Right.
But they had a whole different mentality, a whole
Right.
different mindset. Your forefather Judah. Come on.
And Judah also took off the iron and brass that were of Jeshurun. And behold, 9 men of the captain of Jeshurun came along to fight against Judah.
While he was taking off his stuff, these 9 men came along. Come on.
And Judah fastened it and took up stone from the ground. And when it smote one of them upon the head, his skull was fractured. And the body also fell from the horse to the ground.
Judah was tearing up some stuff. Are y'all seeing these exploits of your forefathers?
Yes.
See, this gives you a different picture of what a Hebrew is,
Right.
especially a Hebrew warrior.
Yes.
We ain't passive. We come to fight. We come for action. All right, come on.
And the 8 captains that were made, seeing the strength of Judah,
They saw the strength of Judah. What happens when our enemy sees the strength of us coming together, being organized, returning back to Yahweh,
Yeah.
being unified? When they see that strength, what they gonna do? Come on.
were greatly afraid,
They gonna be greatly afraid. Come on.
and they fled.
Come on.
And Judah with his 10 men pursued them, and they overtook them and slew them.
Y'all hear that? So these men are running away. And Judah said, no, ain't nobody getting away from us, baby. We're a lion, remember? Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. So they overtook them and slew them. Come on.
The sons of Jacob were still smiting the armies of the king.
They were still smiting them because they came as the sand of the sea. Come on.
And they slew many of them. But those kings of Darling kept their stand with their captains, and did not retreat from those places. They exclaimed against those of their armies that fled from before the sons of Jacob, but none would listen to them. But they were afraid of their lives lest they should die.
Y'all hear that? So fear came upon all of these nations. Remember, this story is being recorded in history.
Yeah.
Other people are hearing about what's going on.
Right.
Okay? Come on.
And all the sons of Jacob, after having smitten the armies of the king, returned and came before Judah. And Judah was still slaying the 8 captains of Jeshurun, and the stripping off their garments.
Judah ain't no joke. His brothers came to him, and Judah still, give me this, give me that. Give me all this, give me it. Are y'all hearing this?
Yes, sir.
These are the exploits of the Hebrew. So ain't nobody gonna teach this stuff to you but the Hebrew.
Right.
I want you to know. I want to build up
'Cause we
your
never
courage.
would've known that.
I want to build up your boldness.
Yes.
All right? That our people were not fearful, passive chumps of people. But we come from people who were warriors. Everybody shout warriors.
Warriors.
Come on, everybody shout, we're warriors.
We warriors.
All right? Come on.
And Levi saw Elon, king of Gash, advancing toward him with his 14 captains to smite him. But Levi did not know it for certain.
Okay.
And Elon and his captains approached nearer, and Levi looked back and saw that the battle was given him in the rear. And Levi ran with 12 of his servants, and they went and slew Elon and his captains with the edge of the sword.
So they were trying to do a surprise attack and come up behind them.
Yeah.
And he turned around and got them too. So now we're over here in the chapter 38. Come on, read.
And Iri, king of Shiloh, came up to assist Elon, and he approached Jacob, and Jacob drew his bow and was in his hand, and when his arrow struck Iri, which caused his death.
So they come up against the daddy, the brother, everybody just boy, they just some warriors. Just fight. If you fight the daddy, don't make a difference or get the sons. The whole family are they just warrior family. So he had the bow in his hand and with an arrow struck the king, which causes his death. Okay, come on.
When Iri, king of Shiloh, was dead, the 4 remaining kings fled from their station, and with the rest of the captains, they endeavored to retreat, saying, "We have no strength with the Hebrews."
We have what?
No strength with the Hebrews.
We ain't got no strength to keep up with this family. Come on.
No more strength with the Hebrews after they having killed the 3 kings and their captains, who are more powerful than we are.
They're more powerful. Are y'all hearing this? These are exploits of the Hebrews.
Right.
Come on.
And when the sons of Jacob saw that the remaining kings had removed from their station, they pursued them. And Jacob also came from the heap of Shechem, from the place where he was standing, and they went after the kings, and they approached them with their servants.
And what happened?
And the kings and the captains with the rest of their armies, seeing that the son of Jacob approached them, were afraid of their lives and fled till they reached the city of Chazon.
So they said, we ain't fighting nobody. We're just going to keep running.
It's all over.
We're going to keep running. We're going to keep fleeing. If they can't get us, then we good. Come on.
And the sons of Jacob pursued them to the gate of the city of Chazon, and they smote a great smiting amongst the kings and their armies, and 4,000 men. About 4,000 men. And Wallace, they were smiting the army of the kings. Jacob was occupied with his bow, confining himself to smiting the kings, and he slew them all.
Are y'all hearing what's going on here?
Yeah.
A lot of slewing and death going on, ain't it?
Yeah.
Woo! Come on, let's skip on down to verse 11. What does it say?
And 4 mighty men, experienced in the battle, went forth from the city, and stood against the entrance of the city, with drawn swords and spears in their hands. And they placed themselves opposite the sons of Jacob, and would not suffer them to enter the city.
So now they're in this other city, and these 4 so-called mighty men are still saying, we ain't letting y'all in our city.
Right.
Come on.
And Naphtali ran and came between them, and with his sword smote 2 of them, and cut off their heads at one stroke.
Ooh.
2 heads for the price of 1 stroke.
That
That boy's bad, ain't it?
They love taking off.
Cut off 2 heads with 1 stroke.
They do that now. Chop a man's head off. They don't get now.
We got a bad family here,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Family like it's a man, this family's all right with me. Come on, what did it say?
They turned to the other 2. Behold, they had fled.
So when they saw those heads fly out,
Right.
they just said, man, go. Let's get out of here. Come on.
And he pursued them, overtook them, smote them, and slew them.
Ooh-wee. They was frightened.
Yeah.
Come on.
And the sons of Jacob came to the city and saw. And behold, there was another wall to the city. They sought for the gate of the wall, and could not find it. And Judah sprang up upon the top of the wall.
Judah ain't no joke, is
Yeah,
it? He climbing on walls, boy, he just off the chain. Come on.
And Simeon and Levi followed him.
Who's following who? The other tribes always follow Judah.
Right.
Okay, come on.
And they all three descended from the wall into the city.
So they climbed the wall. Now they all jumped off the wall and climbed down the wall together. Uh-oh. About to be trouble now. Come on.
And Simeon and Levi slew all the men who ran for safety into the city, and also the inhabitants of the city, with their wives and little ones. They slew with the edge of the sword, and the cries of the city ascended up to the heaven.
Ooh, they didn't know what was going on.
Killed the children, everybody.
But the Hebrews were in town.
Right.
They didn't woke them jokers up, boy. They going from city to city on a rampage. This would be a terrorist attack, wouldn't it? To them.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Come on, what did it say?
And Dan and Naphtali sprang upon
But if it was, did they start it?
No.
They was minding their own business, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they messed with their daughter, and all the drama started. All right, come on, what did it say?
And Dan and Naphtali sprang upon the wall to see what caused the noise of lamentation. But the sons of Jacob felt anxious about their brothers, and they heard the inhabitants of the city speaking with weeping and supplications, saying, "Take all that we possess in the city and go away, and only do not put us to death."
So these people, the brothers, you see they getting there late in the game. They come into the wall like, man, whoa, what's all that crying? Well, man, what is our brothers in trouble? So they get up on the wall and they see and hear what's going on. And all they truly hear is that these people said, take all we possess in the city and go away. Only do not put us to death.
Right.
Leave us alone. Come on.
And when Judah, Simeon, and Levi had ceased smiting the inhabitants of the city, they ascended the wall and called to Dan and Naphtali, who were upon the wall, and to the rest of their brothers, and Simeon and Levi informed them of the entrance of the city. And all the sons of Jacob came to fetch the spoil.
So here they go. They're about to take all the stuff out of that city. They go from city to city to city to city to
Just
city.
like they did Shechem.
My. Come on, what happened?
And the sons of Jacob took the spoil of the city of Chazon, the flocks and the herds, and the property, and they took all that could be captured and went away that day from the city.
Now they got a contract and bought all that stuff.
No.
They took it. Y'all hear that? Okay? Come on.
And on the next day of the sons of Jacob went to Sardin.
This is the next day now. Now they going to the next city. Come on, they get in Sarton now. Come on.
They heard that the men of Sarton who had remained in the city were assembling to fight with them for having slain their king. And Sarton was a very high and fortified city. They had deep ramparts surrounding the city.
Okay, so they understood how this city was. Okay? Come on.
And the pillar of the rampart was about 50 cubits, and its breadth 40 cubits. And there was no place for a man to enter the city on account of the rampart. And the sons of Jacob saw the rampart of the city. They sought an entrance in it, but could not find it.
Okay, come on.
For the entrance to the city was at the rear, and every man that wished to come into the city came by road and went around the whole city, and he afterwards entered the city.
So they had like a way of people coming in so they wouldn't be caught off surprise. Okay?
And the sons of Jacob, seeing they could not find the way into the city, their anger was kindled greatly.
Uh-oh. Come
And
on.
the inhabitants of the city, seeing that the sons of Jacob were coming to them, were greatly afraid of them when they heard of their strength and what they had done to chase them.
So now the word is spreading around. See, I told you, faith comes by hearing. Also, fear comes by hearing. They heard, boy, and got scared. Okay? Come on.
And the inhabitants of the city of Sardin could not go out toward the sons of Jacob, after having assembled into the city to fight against them, lest they might thereby get into the city. But when they saw that they were coming toward them, they were greatly afraid for them, for they had their strength and what they had done to chase on.
Y'all hear that? They had heard of their strength, what they did to Satan. Come on.
So the inhabitants of Sardin speedily took away the bridge of the road of the city, first place before the sons of Jacob came, and they brought into the city.
Okay, come on.
And the sons of Jacob came and sought the way into the city, and could not find it. And the inhabitants
This going over and over here. Hold on. Okay, now go ahead.
and the inhabitants of the city reapproached the sons of Jacob from the top of the wall, and they cursed them. The sons of Jacob heard the reapproaches, and they were greatly incensed, and the anger burned within them.
What kind of curse you think they did?
Terrible.
Nasty one.
They might have called them Negroes, good away from us. All right, come on.
And the sons of Jacob were provoked at them. They all arose to spring over the rampart, the force of their strength, and through their might past the 40 cubits breadth of the rampart.
So these junkers jumped over this rampart and forced with their strength to get over this rampart. They jumped. They sprang over the rampart. I guess that's why Jordan and LeBron, all these folks can jump, huh?
Yeah.
Because it already was in their fathers. Ain't that something else?
passed the rampart, they stood under the wall of the city, and they found all the gates of the city enclosed with iron doors. And the sons of Jacob came near to break open the doors of the gate of the city. The inhabitants did not let them. But from the top of the wall, they were casting stones and arrows upon it.
All right, come on.
And the number of the people that were upon the wall was about 400 men. And when the sons of Jacob saw that the men of the city would not let them open the gates of the city, they sprang and ascended the top of the wall. And Judah went up first to the east part of the city.
See, are y'all see what's going on? This joker, they throw stuff from up top of the wall, and he gonna go up there
He
to.
gonna go up there anyway.
He going there anyway, and he went who?
First.
Judah went first. Judah went first to the east part of the city. Come on.
And Gad and Asher went up after him to the west corner of the city, and Simeon and Levi to the north, and Dan and Reuben to the south. And the men who were on the top of the wall, the inhabitants of the city, seeing that the sons of Jacob were coming up to them, they all fled.
Can you imagine that? You like, hold on. They ain't down there no more. They coming. Oh my goodness, they coming up to us. Come on.
Throwing stuff to kill them.
Right. Now they coming up to them. Come on.
They all fled from the wall, descending into the city, and concealed themselves in the midst of the city.
So them jokers got off the walls and man, let's get off this wall. It was 400 of them. And just the family of boys, they were going up there to get us. And all these 400 men said, come on, let's get out of here. And they fled from the wall. They fled from the wall, descended into the city, and concealed themselves in the midst of the city. So they hid themselves.
Right.
Come on.
And Issachar and Naphtali, that remained under the wall, approached and broke the gates of the city, and kindled a fire at the gates of the city, and iron melted, and all the sons of Jacob came into the city, they and all their men, and they fought with the inhabitants of the city, asunder, and smote them with the edge of the sword, and no man stood up before them.
Come on.
And about 200 men fled from the city, and they all went and hid themselves in a certain tower in the city. And Judah pursued them to the tower, and he broke down the tower, which fell upon the men, and they all died.
Y'all see that? So it was always maybe 1 or 2 or 3 men escaped to the next city to warn them what was going on.
Right.
That's how the story got out.
The
You
history.
see?
Yeah.
So somebody escaped and told other people, and that's why we understand we have the story, okay? Come on.
And the son of Jacob went up the road, the roof of that tower. They saw, and behold, there was another strong and high tower at the distance in the city. And at the top it reached to the heaven. And the sons of Jacob hastened and descended, and went with all their men to the tower, and found it all filled about 300 men, women, and little ones. And the son of Jacob smote a great smite against those men in the tower, and they ran away and fled from them. And Simeon and Levi pursued them, and 12 mighty and valiant men came out to them from the place where they had concealed themselves. And those 12 men maintained a strong battle against Simeon and Levi. And Simeon and Levi could not prevail over them. And those valiant men broke the shields of Simeon and Levi. And one of them struck at Levi's head with his sword. And Levi hastily placed his hand into his head, for he was afraid of the sword. And the sword struck Levi's hand, and wanted but little to the hand of Levi being cut off.
Read again. That little part. For he was
His
so
hand
afraid
was cut off.
of the sword, and the sword struck Levi's head,
Uh-huh.
and it wanted but little to the hand of Levi being cut off, and it wanted but little to the hand of Levi being cut off.
Almost cut off.
So
Like
he
it was,
got,
it was almost okay, and it says, and Levi seized the sword. So this man literally struck Levi in the hand,
right.
and it wanted but little to the hand of Levi
Just cut
being
it
cut
off.
off. And it says, and Levi seized the sword of the valiant man in his hands.
And he took it.
So the only thing he had was to stop it, because the shield was broke, was his hand. And he caught it in a way that could have cut his hand off, but it didn't. And then he seized the sword from the valiant man in his hand and took it forcibly from the man, and with it he struck at the head of the powerful man, and he severed his head. We didn't heard it all today.
Leave that bad.
He didn't grab the sword. That was
Took it.
and took it.
Leave that bad.
And it was coming to cut it. Are y'all hearing this?
Bad.
Are y'all hearing what's going on?
It didn't take no mess.
Father was with him. Come on.
And 11 men approached to the fight with Levi, but they saw that one of them was killed. And the son of Jacob fought. but the sons of Jacob could not prevail over them. But those men were very powerful.
Well, check it out. That's people that's very powerful.
Okay.
They can't prevail over. Come on.
And the son of Jacob, seeing that they could not prevail over them, Simeon gave a loud and tremendous shriek, and 11 powerful men were stunned at the voice of Simeon shrieking.
So he did some kind of yelling or some kind of
Killed
hollering.
them with his voice.
And with the voice, they was like, what is it? What is going on with this? We ain't never heard nobody holler shriek like that.
Squeaking.
And they were stunned at his voice of Simeon. Don't we got some stunning voices in Israel? Come on.
And Judah at the distance knew the voice of Simeon shouting.
Judah knew the voice of his brother in the distance. Come on.
And Naphtali and Judah ran with their shields to Simeon and Levi and found them fighting with those powerful men, and able to prevail over them, and his shield was broken.
Okay.
And Naphtali saw that the shields of Simeon and Levi were broken. He took 2 shields from their servants and brought them to Simeon and Levi. And Simeon, Levi, and Judah on the day fought all 3 against 11 mighty men until the time of sunset, but they could not prevail over them.
Y'all hear that? These are some men, right? Come on.
And this was told unto Jacob, and he sorely grieved, and he prayed unto the Lord. And he and Naphtali, his son, went against these mighty men.
So they prayed, and Naphtali and the daddy had to take care of them. Come on. Let's read what happens.
And Jacob approached and drew his bow, and came nigh unto the mighty men, and slew 3 of the men with the bow. The remaining 8 turned back, and behold, the war raged against them in front and rear. And they were greatly afraid of their lives, and could not stand before the sons of Jacob. They fled from before them.
So the Most High had to help them out. Had to come and give them some wisdom on how to fight them. Come on.
And in their fight, they met Dan and Asher, coming
So
toward
as
them,
these men was running away, come on.
and they suddenly fell upon them and fought with them, and slew 2 of them, and Judah and his brothers pursued them, and smote the remainder of the men, and slew them.
So they got them. Everybody breathe in. It's like just a drama, ain't it? Just, you can see it in your mind, can't
It's a
you?
movie, yeah.
Come on, we almost there. Come on.
And all the sons of Jacob returned and walked about the city, searching if they could find any man.
Ain't that something else? They walking about the city trying to find somebody coming to fight with. Come on.
And they found about 20 young men in a cave in the city. Gad and Asher smote them all. And Dan and Naphtali lighted upon the rest of the men who had fled and escaped from the second tower. They smote them all.
Ooh-wee! They wanted to make sure they was actually going to have domination and control over this place. Come on.
And the sons of Jacob smote all the inhabitants of the city of Sardis. But the women and little ones they left in the city and did not slay them. And all the inhabitants of the city of Sardis were powerful men. One of them would pursue 1,000, and 2 of them would not flee from 10,000, and the rest of them.
Now y'all see where in that scripture it says 1 can put 1,000 to flight,
That's what
2 can put 10,000 to flight, and wherever there's 2 or 3, who has it been? Judah, Levi, and Simeon. He said, "You ain't worry about it. Y'all was gonna be in the midst. And he gonna help you."
Hallelujah.
Powerful, ain't it?
Yeah.
Come on.
And the sons of Jacob slew all the inhabitants of the city of Sardis with the edge of the sword, and that no man stood up against them. And they left the women in the city.
Now, hearing all of this history, you would think when the children of Israel was coming out of Egypt, the Father said he would want to take them a shorter way because they would be afraid to fight.
Right.
So that tells you what slavery does to the children of Israel, what slavery did. Because they was in slavery
That's what we are
430.
today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you getting the picture. You see what's going on?
We are like that today.
We act the same way today. So slavery, whether you believe it, know it, understand it or not, has played an effect on our minds and our hearts.
Yeah.
All right, with fear. Okay? Because they obviously knew these stories.
Right.
All right? Come on.
And the sons of Jacob took all of the spoil of the city and captured what they desired. They took flocks and herds and property from the city.
I don't hear what they did.
Yeah.
They spoiled the city. They captured what they did. We don't even understand that.
Right. This is rich on rich.
Remember when Prince was here? He was talking about the land.
Right.
And Sister Kay was there. And she said, well, did you, draw up a contract? Did you,
Right.
you know, is there some kind of agreement or something? And he turned around and looked at her and said, no. He said, what did America do when the Indians, for the Indians? Did they draw up a contract?
Right.
What did they do?
They
took it. And he said, we went to Israel and we took
it. So that's where that comes from. Yeah.
That's where they're
That's
coming
who
from.
we are.
That's where they're coming from.
That's who we are. But a lot of us don't have that mind, because I know all of my kids are so weak in the mind. You know what I'm saying? From schools and the stuff, they don't have that.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, we have to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. We have a slavery mentality, and that has to be broken off of us if we're going to be able to see and be free and understand and go forward in this thing.
Gotta go take it.
Gotta go take it, just like what he said.
Take
All right? He says, come on, he spoiled the city. They captured what they desired. Come on.
And they took flocks and the herds of property from the city.
Come on.
And the sons of Jacob did not unto Sargon and the inhabitants of the, as they had done to Shazar and his inhabitants. And they turned and went away.
Come on.
Go on with me.
Oh, this is the last part that we're gonna go to conclusion to next week. But this part is the last part after they got through winning, fighting all those battles and all those wars. The sons of Israel, the sons of Jacob, all prevailed against all of those battles and wars that they fought. They prevailed in all of them. Now watch this. This is Jasher chapter 40, and this is the last part. And right here you're going to see the conclusion of the whole matter in regards to the fights and the wars and what happened with the kings, because they got tired of losing people and people dying. Now they want to try to be, is this the one? No, this is the last one before the peace agreement. Come on, go and read this one.
Go on with me and come to me, and we may go to the sons of Jacob, and I will make peace with them.
What they want to do now?
Make peace.
They want to make peace. Come on.
And form a treaty with them, lest all your lands be destroyed by the swords of the sons of Jacob.
Unless all your lands be destroyed. So at one time, the whole world was frightened of us. That's the point I want y'all to see.
Okay.
At one time, the whole world was frightened of the Hebrews, of the sons of Jacob. Come on.
As they did to Shechem and the cities around it, as you have heard and seen.
Okay? So now we're about to do the peace treaty where they want to just call and make everything be peaceful. Come on.
And the son of Jacob said unto him, what has befallen thee, O king of Hebron? Why hasn't thou come to us this day?
The sons of Jacob didn't know what was really going on. They thought that they were coming to trick them or coming to be deceitful to them.
Right.
Okay, come on.
What doest thou require from us? And the king of Hebron said unto Jacob, I beseech thee, my lord.
So he called him what? Master.
All right.
Come on.
I beseech thee, my lord, and all the kings of the Canaanites have this day come to make peace with you.
They come to make peace with them. But all that time they were prideful and arrogant and wanted to fight against them.
Right.
But after they got their rear ends handed back to them, they said, man, we better have peace. Let's see if we have a peace treaty. Okay? Watch this.
The son of Jacob heard the words of the king of Hebron, and they would not consent to his proposal. But the sons of Jacob had no faith in him, for they imagined that the king of Hebron had spoken deceitfully to them.
So they're looking at what's going on, and they're figuring out, thinking that these kings are trying to be deceitful, trying to do something else and trying to catch them off guard. But look at the whole world coming to the sons of Jacob to make peace with them. Come on.
And the king of Hebron knew when the words of the sons of Jacob, they did not believe in his words. And the king of Hebron approached near unto Jacob, and said unto him, I beseech thee, my lord, to be assured that all these kings have come to you on peaceful terms.
Come on.
But they have not come with all their men, neither did they bring their weapons of war with them. For they have come to seek a peace from my lord and his sons.
Okay, y'all hear that, right? Come on.
And the sons of Jacob answered the king of Hebron, saying, Send thou to all these kings, and if thou speakest truth unto us, let them each come singly before us. And if they come unto us unarmed, we shall then know that they seek peace from us.
And guess what they did? Come on.
And Japhia, the king of Hebron, sent one of his men to the king, and they all came before the son of Jacob, and bowed down to them to the ground. And these kings sat before Jacob and his sons. And they spoke unto them, saying,
What did they do? They came before and did what?
Bowed down.
They worship.
So at one time, the whole world bowed down
themselves
to us.
Yeah.
Y'all hearing that?
Yeah. There was
Very
a time.
important for you to
There
know.
was a time.
This is your history.
Right.
This is your heritage.
And
One time the whole world bowed down to you.
And that's what Joseph said that when he got there.
Come on, verse 45, what does it say?
We have heard all that you did unto the kings of the Amorites,
Their fame had spread abroad. Come on.
which your sword and exceedingly mighty are, so that no man could stand up before you. And we were afraid of you for the sake of our lives, lest it should befall us as it did to them.
Come on.
So we have come unto you to form a treaty of peace between us. And now, but therefore, contract with a covenant of peace and truth, that you will not meddle with us, inasmuch as we have not meddled with you.
So they saying, we ain't gonna mess with you, and you ain't gonna mess with us. Y'all hearing that? We ain't gonna meddle with you. Leave us alone, and we'll leave you alone. All right. Come on.
And the sons of Jacob knew that they had really come to seek peace from them. And the sons of Jacob listened to them, and formed a covenant with them. The sons of Jacob swore unto them that they would not meddle with them. And all the kings of the Canaanites swore also to them. The sons of Jacob made them a
Tributary.
tributary from that day forward.
So in other words, they gonna bring them an offering and taxes. Y'all see that? Guess what we've been doing in captivity all this time? We've been being tributaries to every other nation. So, but in the beginning, all the nations was being giving us tribute.
It wasn't so.
Are y'all hearing that? Watch this.
And after this, all the captains of these kings came with their men before Jacob, with presents in their hands for Jacob and his sons. And they bowed down to him to the ground.
I want y'all to see this. Because history is going to do what? Repeat itself. Read that again, son.
And after this, all of the captains of these kings came with their men before Jacob, and presents in their hand for Jacob and his sons. And they bowed down to him to the ground.
Came with presents, bowing themselves down to the ground.
All right.
Woo-wee. Come on.
And these kings then urged the sons of Jacob and begged of
I got urged and begged. Come on.
them to return to all the spoil they had captured from the 7 cities of Amorites. And the sons of Jacob did so.
They gave them back all the little spoil they got. Come on.
And they returned all that they had captured, the women, the little ones, the cattle, and all. The spoil which they had taken. They sent them off, and they went away to his city.
So those people that had been their little slaves, they gave them all back. Gave all their slaves back. Oh, y'all can take all the women, all the stuff we got. Y'all can take them all back. Watch this. See how honorable we are? We went in there not because we did something wrong, but because they messed with us first. And then at the end of the day, after we took all the stuff, they asked for it back. Go ahead, take it back. Because that's not really what we was trying to do anyway. Y'all hear this? Come on.
And these kings again bowed down to the sons of Jacob. They sent or brought them many gifts in those days. And the sons of Jacob sent off these kings and their men. And they went peacefully away from them to their cities. The sons of Jacob also returned to the home to Shechem.
To Shechem. Right, come on.
And there was peace from that day forward between the sons of Jacob and the kings of the Canaanites, until the children of Israel came to inherit the land of Canaan.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Was that good?
That was good.
Good. We just read today, right?
That was good.
Yeah.
And y'all listen.
That was good. I really enjoyed that.
Y'all got something out of it?
Yeah, I got strength and I got, yeah, that's encouraging.